Good morning.
My man called a minute early. He said to be on time is to be late. I'm going to be early.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. Look, learn your training.
Hey, man, by the way, this is our friend, your friend, Governor Westmore. Are you on speakerphone?
I am on speakerphone.
Yeah, get on speaker. It sounds a little muffled if you can, if you're able
Okay,
to.
hold on. Let me come on.
Mm-hmm.
Is this better?
A lot better. All right, man. This is our Governor Westmore. Welcome back to the Quicksilver Morning Show.
It's great to be on with you, brother. Great to be on with you. Thanks, man.
A busy week, right?
That's right. Every week is, but you know what, though? All we got to do is stay focused and keep winning. Keep winning.
Now, of course, the reason why I have you calling this morning, there's no secret what's happening unless you've been under a rock. President Trump said he is placing Washington police under federal control. He has activated the National Guard. He has already, threw little shots at Baltimore. Your thoughts right now, what's happening, sir?
Well, I mean, this continues to show the silliness of this administration and the lack of seriousness that they are taking this. You got these people who have never worn a uniform a day in their life, who are now trying to deploy, our brave men and women who are wearing the uniform to put them in a situation that they should not be in.
Right.
And I take this very personally, man, because I've worn the uniform of this country. I've served troops overseas in combat, and I know what's required when you actually deploy troops to go into situations that you need to have a battle plan, you need to be focused on data, and this White House has neither. And so I'm very clear that if you are serious and if you want to have a serious conversation about being able to reduce violent crime, you should actually look at what we've been doing in Maryland for the past 2.5 years. Because if you look at what's happening right now, when we first came on board, in Baltimore in 2022 had almost a homicide a day. And now since then, we have now seen the largest drops in violent crime in Baltimore that we have seen in our state's history. That the state of Maryland in the past 2.5 years is down around 30% in violent crime, amongst the fastest drops anywhere inside this country. The last time the homicide rate was this low in Baltimore City, I was not born yet. We are working in close coordination with the mayor. We're working in close coordination with local law enforcement, working in close coordination with the community. So if he wants to have a serious conversation about how to reduce violent crime, I can show you how to do it without putting in the National Guard.
Big facts, man. Wow. We're talking to Governor Westmore. Now, here's an honest question. Right now, with Maryland crime being down and the work you're doing, the work that Mayor Brandon Scott is doing, have either one of you met with him, to really show, what you're saying, President Trump, is not true? How is he able to go on national TV and just say things like, and I quote, "What's happening in Baltimore, it's so bad, they're unfixable"? How is he able to say these things?
Because this is how he's always lived his life. He's lived his life in an alternate universe. And I mean, when I think about what has happened with the way he has tried to treat us, the direct shots that he has taken at me, the direct shots he has taken in Baltimore, the direct shots he has taken in Maryland, it is not a coincidence. And the truth is that, unfortunately, we have seen that the relationship with the federal government in our state, it's not that it's been altered, it's actually been severed. That we are watching how I find out news updates because I get, news alerts, not because I'm hearing from the White House. That we're hearing the things like he's, talking about how the FBI building is not going to come to the state of Maryland because it's a quote unquote liberal state. And he said this in a press conference that he denied federal aid, federal disaster relief to Western Maryland, to Allegheny and Garrett County after having historic floods because he said, and literally in just a statement, that support to Maryland is not warranted. And so I'm very clear about the situation we have on board. But also, he's also has to be very clear about something else, too. In Maryland, our governor is a soldier. And I know how to fight through this stuff. And we will continue fighting through this stuff and continue protecting the people of our state.
Now, Governor Westmore, this is your friend Pork Chop. I am not going to ask about the money.
I'm
not asking about the money on this one.
Go ahead.
What I will say is, did you say the president isn't living in a multiverse like in Marvel?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
It's true, though, man. I've never seen a president that can really literally just say what he want, do what he want, and have no, consequences behind his actions. This is crazy to me.
Crazy.
Correct.
No
What do you say to
accountability.
Because he'll just turn around the next day and say something else crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then people forget about the crazy thing that was said the day before. This is a distraction, right? It's a distraction about the fact that he is putting together policies that is making everything more, that his tariff policies are making everything more expensive. This is a distraction about the fact that this big, beautiful bill that he just passed is making energy prices more expensive. This is a distraction about the fact that his tariff policies are making it more difficult for people to buy homes and to build homes. It's a distraction about the fact that he is now cutting people off of health care so he can give billionaires a tax cut. It's a distraction about the fact that there is a whole Epstein file that now no one seems to be talking about.
Preach!
And
Now you
this
preach
is the
it!
type of thing that it's like we've got to stop. Like, these are distraction elements. And unfortunately, he is using these men and women in uniform as pawns, as distractions, so because he does not want to talk about the impact of his policies or does not want to talk about the impact of investigations that actually should be taking place against his behavior.
Question for you, Governor Moore. What is his base saying about this latest move in D.C.? Are you hearing any rumblings about there being discord within the Republican Party about his actions with this?
Well, you know who I have been hearing from are military folks. You know, I'm very close to a lot of my brothers and sisters who I served with in Afghanistan. My brothers and sisters who we all had to say the same things to our families when we were deployed overseas, who all were giving up the same prayers while we were overseas in a hope that we didn't just make it home, but a hope that our friends who were next to us would make it home. And I know people right now are pissed because they do not understand this. They do not understand how you can have deployment orders and talk about how we need to stop violent crime when there is no data to show that what you are doing is going to stop violent crime. That we actually have data. If you want to have a serious conversation on how to stop violent crime, look at what we've been doing in Maryland for the past 2.5 years. And it has nothing to do with the National Guard. And so this is the thing that I think for a lot of people in the military, they are seeing them and their families and their service being mocked by this White House. And that is something that people are not okay with.
And Governor Westmore, thank you so much for checking in, man. You know, we got your back. We are Maryland strong. And like I said, I'm lost for words because, like I said, what's happening in Washington, D.C. is just sad because I know this is really going to hurt business in D.C. He thinks he's going to help crime, but this is going to hurt business because now when you have these, armored, National Guard walking around, it's going to scare people from even going to explore, going to restaurants, or going out, period, because it just looks scary.
That's right.
All right, man.
That's right. Yeah. We're better than this. We don't need to do this. But I'm telling you, this is a moment when people are going to realize we are going to fight. We are going to fight, and we are not going to allow this president or anybody else to try to turn us into some banana republic for their own political gain.
Thank you.
Speaking of fighting, I don't forget when I see you.
Oh, Lord.
Just to let you know. I'm glad you brought up all your little army stuff. You're going to need it.
Thank you so much, Governor Moore.
All right, man.
God bless y'all. God bless y'all.
See you later.